One, two, three, four. man. It takes a minute. Calm your ticks and dits, man. Just calm down. I got to do this. Yeah, Rumble is up. Rumble's supposed to be going, man. I don't know what Josh is talking about there. That just means the kid fucked up. I watched him do Rumble. I watched him set up Rumble. I watched him clickety-click on Rumble. If Rumble's not clickety-click-clicking, it's not our fault. Now, I've already been drinking, as you might have noticed. So this is going to be one of those shows you might want to sit to record, because this is the one where we'll get kicked off the show because I'm angry. I'm pissed. I've been drinking since before I was angry. I got angry during the time I was drinking. As some of you know, that's how that happens. Some of you drink along with me, get angry along with me. Tuesday, December 26th, the day after Thanksgiving, I have officially made it 56 trips around the sun. You're welcome, America. I'm going to go for 57, just so you guys know, 56 trips around the sun. That is a personal best for me. That is my personal best. I was holding on at 55, was completing 55, worked really hard. I worked for a full year, was able to make it around the sun one more time. And that's not an easy thing. You guys celebrate birthdays and stuff. There should, like we talked about, Mrs. Four was right, there should be a Hallmark section, not for birthdays, but for trips around the sun. 56. That's hard to do, man. There's, Pluto. I do not believe Pluto has made it 56 times around the sun. So I am ahead of Pluto, in my humble opinion. So I got to start off the show by drinking. That's a lie. Please allow me to continue lying. I need to start off the show by continuing to drink. So raise a glass with me. We'll kick this pig, the Bottom of Glass Nation show, and we'll get started. Look at all the glasses being raised right there. Two Bears got one. Carl Gerard, Jennifer Whitehead. There's just too many to name. Gerald Martin. What happened to the guy who I was bashing? Did anybody see if that guy showed back up again? His name was all in white letters. Dan or something. Dan Froggenstein or something was his name, bitching about Famosa Raceway. I talked to him. I said something. He didn't come back, though. Whatever. So we'll just blow by right that one. I'll drink to you guys and get the story started here, because it's a long story and I have many, many things to say. And I hope my sister-in-law is watching, because she's just going to be shaking her head going, this is why we moved out of California. And that's how she sounds, too. It's truthfully. Wow. Paisley lost as well. I made it to a live stream. I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas season. Hey, Paisley, the Christmas season. Man, you can say Christmas, but you can't say the Christmas season, because it's not over yet, man. We're still drinking. There's still stories to be written. And you gotta keep writing until the end of the year. I'll tell you what, Paisley Law, we'll let you know when Christmas season has officially ended, when we light the Christmas tree on fire in the pit outside, when the kid takes to the back of his bicycle the Christmas lights and rides down the driveway, ping, 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 off come all the Christmas lights. Then you know the Christmas season is winding down. All right, let me jump over here real quick for those of you who don't know, for those of you that are new to the program. Off to my left, to your right, is another monitor, and that is where my wife is, in between Google Sheets, which is always where you want to have your wife, between the sheets. She is copying and pasting stuff and from YouTube, but staff is copying and pasting stuff from Facebook or from Rumble, if it actually turned on this time. And they're copying things for me to see, because if I'm telling a story right here, I can't read the comment section over here. So if you say something clever, you say something witty, then they'll write it down, they'll copy and paste it, and I'll get to it in a minute. So keep watching. Don't give up on yourself. You're worth listening to. Jennifer Whitehead, member for 6 months. Handsome General, happy belated birthday and Merry Christmas. Happy New Year to come. Yeah, Jennifer, thank you very much about the birthday. That's right. Jesus and I were born on the same day. We do have a connection. He chose me for that day for a reason. I think we all know that that's entirely plausible. And there's no way to dispute that. Even Paisley Law, as an attorney, couldn't get up here and dispute that with any factual correctness. Jesus chose this day for me. He's like, hey, we need somebody else coming along here. I've been doing my part, carrying the load for a lot of years, 2,000 years. So on December 25th in the year of our Lord, 1967, the general was born. Yeah, beard and all. True story. I was there. Just ask anyone. Well, that's the way I remember it, give or take a lie or two. All right, what else? Olita Finemore, new member. Thank you, Olita, for joining up. Hello, handsome General and Bottom of the Glass Nation. Well, thank you very much for noticing. Ian Franklin, could the General do a live stream for New Year's Eve wearing a top hat? Will you dress me up like Mr. Peanut? You want a top hat, a monocle, and a cane? I might do that. I'm definitely getting the locks are getting trimmed. As you guys don't know that soon, it's happening. Yeah, the beard's coming down, whoosh, tighten in. The hair's coming off. Gen X mom wants it high and tight. But let's be fair. A big fat guy looks better with long hair. Big fat guy, high and tight. I don't know. Again, if you shave off too much of your facial hair when you're a big fat guy, you start to look like a baby. You do. You look like a big, fat, round baby. So I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of going for that grunge look that you remember Sean Connery in The Rock? Remember that before he got the haircut in the beginning when he's in the interrogation room? Remember him walking down that hallway? That when my hair flops over in the front of my eyes, and this is the first time in my life my hair has ever been in front of my eyes. This is the first time in my life I've ever been this heavy. This is a recent thing. Me being this big is a very recent thing for me. I'm used to it, but I don't like it. Anyway, back to the hair. So, yeah, whenever I see the hair, I picture myself walking down that hallway, the locks swinging in front of me, just like Sean Connery in The Rock. If you don't know what I'm talking about, leave the live stream. This is for only the cool people that know the references that I'm pulling, man. Come on. That's a good pull. You guys got to understand that. Now, so I'm just telling you now, Sean didn't have the beard. He probably couldn't grow one. This is not an easy thing to do. I get up every morning in front of the mirror and strain for 30 minutes just to make sure this gets a little straighter and evener. It's a lot of work, but I do this for you guys. Don't think that I'm a quitter. Give, never take. That's me. And if I have to spend 30 minutes grunting in front of a mirror just to make you guys happy, I'll fucking do it. You know I will. Come on, I got through that with a straight face, the whole thing. All right, here we go. We're not allowed to have any chasers. Dr. McDreamy said so, but he's getting fired. Dr. McDreamy is getting fired before the end of the program. In fact, he's getting fired relatively soon, so stay tuned. All right. Ian Franklin, could the general do a live stream? We talked about that. Richard Frank, member for 6 months. Thanks for hanging out for 6 months, Richard. Happy belated birthday to the Gen X dad. Richard, the first month we tricked you, the last 5 months that you stuck around, dude, that's on you. You should have used your better judgment. I have no idea why you're here, but if you're sticking around, man, that's on you. And thank you for doing so. FB personal page, Facebook personal page, April, Lady Crawford, happy belated birthday. Thank you, April, so much. Trippy Pineapple, Facebook Blue. Hello, handsome, happy birthday. Nothing says happy birthday like hydrating. Oh, Trippy Pineapple. Nothing says happy birthday. Okay, I don't want you guys to watch this. Can we hide this a little bit? There's just no way. I've practiced. There's no way to look cool drinking out of a straw. Not for a guy. You look like a fat kid at the zoo. At least I do. Michael Kornenberg. Hi, General. How you doing? Need some advice on dealing with hatred. I don't have it anymore towards others, but mainly towards myself. My birth dad was absent in my formative years, and it's hurting my soul. There's a lot to unpack there, Michael. You got to have to write back again. Which one of you... you upset about your dad not being there, or and that messes with you, or people hating? People don't hate you because you didn't have a dad growing up. So there's two things there. Each of them can take up an entire show. Michael, you've been around a bit around the show. I'm happy to return a phone call here, but tell me which way we're going with that, and I'll get right back to you. Justin Bennett, member for 2 months, $40, $10 for the weigh-in, $30 for the General's birthday, Christmas, KGXT, or Whiskey Fund, your choice, General. Hey. All as I know is thank you very much for the $40. I'm kiping that doobage and putting it right towards the radio station. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much, Justin. Appreciate the donation there. It means a lot. Brandon Roldan, member for 5 months, KGXT Studios level. Evening, Bottom of the Glass Nation. That's you guys, Bottom of the Glass Nation. You are the nation. We all have our own bottom of the glass, but he's talking about you guys. Happy belated birthday, General. That's to me. Brian Ivany, member for 1 year. Gen X Talks, just waiting for someone to bitch about not getting recognized without money. Brian, you know we can't go one show without somebody whining and bitching and complaining. He didn't read my comment because I didn't give any money. Sorry, man, I can't read every fucking comment. And I try to read the ones where people donate their money because it's their hard-earned fucking cash. I don't care if it's 100 stars on Facebook. They didn't have to give us $1, but they did. So if you're out there whining and complaining that you're not getting your comment read unless somebody donates cash, then fucking donate $1 and shut up, man. Move along. Good. Now you got the yes, we are whoring ourselves out. Cash only tonight. I'm not reading another goddamn comment unless it's a $100 bill or higher. How's that? Is that what you wanted to hear? Hey, Brian Ivany, you keep track of all the assholes that are complaining that they did. And I'm trying to get through it like I'm serious. Brian, you keep track of all the assholes in here. And we're not reading one more goddamn comment unless money's attached, because that's the kind of whores Gen X talks is, as we worked ourselves into a frenzy over this. See what happens when I drink before we begin? Do you see? Oh, Brian, I know. We'll just see. There's going to be some dumbass out here who takes it seriously. Facebook personal, Don Bello, first timer here. Wow, Don, I didn't mean to blow up. Don's a first time person here. I should have given her the first time date speech. Instead, she hears me ranting about money. Let me take all that back. What? Oh, start again. Hey, Don, thanks for showing up. If this is your first time, welcome to the program. If this is your first time watching the live stream, just treat it like a first date. Just grab something to drink and sit back and relax. I'll do all the work. I promise. It'll be great for you. Michael Frazee was gifted a membership by Mrs. 4 Watton. Thank you, Mrs. 4. Michael A. Norris was gifted. Wow, these are written. Michael A. Norris Sr. was gifted a membership by Mrs. 4 Watton. Man, my screen's jumping all around. Now I'm going to get mad. Mary Mary Lauterbauer, Facebook Blue, 145 stars sent. Thank you very much, Mary. Mrs. 4 Watton, member for 1 year, gifted 5 Gen X Talks memberships. Scott Harmon, Wheezy16, Michael Frazee, and Michael A. Norris Sr. Go Smoke a Toad, Mike Smith, and we're typing, so I'm moving on because the screens are typing. That means the light is not green, the trap is not clean, and I can move on. All right, so there was stuff to talk about. What the fuck are you doing up there, stupid screens? All right, hold on. Thank you for joining Gen X Talks. It is now 6:17 on Tuesday, December 26th. Thank you for joining in. If you had an hour of your evening to waste, I'm glad you chose to waste at least part of it here. I'll try to keep you guys motivated and entertained. So before we begin, my wife lectured me yesterday about calling her out, that I shouldn't call her out anymore. Because remember the other day, she came from her office through the house, across the backyard to the studio, opened the door when the red light was on. The red light's on. You don't touch the door when the red light's on. And she touched the door when the red light was on. Not good. She almost went to jail for that one. However, her argument was, okay, I can take you busting my balls once, but you've been doing it all show. Whoa. In fairness to me, if she wasn't such a fuck up, I wouldn't have so many things to say. So my counter argument, I countered with, well, if you'd behave better, we wouldn't have so much material to share with our friends and fans, would we? That didn't go over as well as I thought. So I did get in trouble, but this is to show you the level. Now, I'm not saying all women, because obviously not every woman in the country, not every woman in the world behaves this way. But what I want to tell you is that I came downstairs the other day. I said hello. She said hello. Good morning, just stuff like this. And then she went off into her office, and I picked up my stuff. I went out to the studio. Now, apparently, during that time, she started talking after I was gone. I left the room. She started telling me some big, long, fantastic story. At the end of it was a question. Guess who wasn't there to answer the question? This guy. I moved on. Now, did I announce my departure? No, this isn't a fucking airport. I don't know how to tell everybody, I'm leaving now. I'm going to the studio. Make sure you heard me. My flight is leaving. I've got my bags packed and I'm going. No, not how it happened. But she got angry because she tracked me down and started screaming. I'm like, what the fuck is your problem? She goes, you didn't comment on the story I told you? And then I had a question and you didn't answer me and then you left. I said, well, isn't it possible I left before the question? No, because you were in the room and I started talking. Remember, she was talking with her back to me. Automatic disqualification right there. If you have a chick in your life that talks with her back to you, you're fucking free to leave if you want to. If she's not going to give you the common courtesy of looking at you while she's talking, yeah, fuck it, all bets are off. You can walk out of the room. Yeah, just leave. You can. I give you permission. I'll write you a note. All right. So she yells at me for that. We go back and check the tapes. She throws out the red flag. We review the footage. Sure enough, I left long before she even said anything. Now, in any rational person's mind, especially men, any man would have said, hey, man, I guess I fucked up. You weren't even in the room. You were gone. Hey, sorry about that. I just got my wires crossed there. No. Not my wife. No. She has to come at me with, well, you should have told me if you were leaving. Okay, so now I have to check in as I enter and leave a room. She did that the other day to my son. My son comes down the stairs, and my wife is there, my daughter's there, his sister, and his sister's boyfriend. He just comes walking down the stairs and leaves and walks outside the room. And everyone says, oh, you didn't even say hi to the boyfriend. You didn't even acknowledge the boyfriend. He goes, you should be happy that I'm so comfortable with him being here. I don't have to acknowledge this dude every time I come into a room. I thought that was brilliant. But they proceeded to berate him about it. So you know what he does now? Every time he walks into a room, he goes, hey, mom, hey, sis, hey, guy, hey, mom, hey, sis, hey, guy. Every time. He's learned. He goes, well, you taught me every time I come into a room, I got to acknowledge everybody. I was perfectly comfortable just walking through the room like we all belonged here. But no. You guys have to make a big fucking deal about it. So now he just walks in the room every single time. Whoever's in there, he says everyone by name and just pisses everybody off because now they're on the other side of the fence. Now you're just being irritating. No, now I'm complying with the stupid request that you guys put out there. I tell you, it brings a tear to the old man's eye. A chip off the old block, as they say, and I couldn't be happier about it. Especially after all the shit my wife put me through, and then his sister's putting him through this. And I got to tell you, with all the frustrations of the holidays, with the women behaving so weirdly around the world, it reminds me of one of the greatest philosophers of the 20th century, a man named Iceman from Bodfish, who looked at me across a dark bar one day and said the immortal words, chicks, man. Chicks. Truer words have never been spoken. You can write that one down. You're welcome, America and Denmark. All right, let's drink to that one. To Iceman, who's going to be here in a few days. All right, so where were we? Boy, there's a lot of stuff in there. Mike Smith, Facebook Blue, 145 stars send. Brian Conklin, Facebook Blue. What cigars you prefer and where do we send them? Brian Conklin, Isla del Sol. Del Sol. To go to your fine cigar places will sell you a Del Sol. And I'm not sure where to send them. The kid's got an address that can receive alcohol and tobacco. But I'm sure Two Bear and Mrs. Four can put up the deal on that one. Or if my wife has not given up on our marriage and packing my shit and throwing it on the front lawn, if she's still in here typing, then the marriage is sound and we're okay. But Brian, Del Sol's, Isla del Sol, Isle of Del Sol. When you find him, go look at the cigar box right there. Right on the side of the box, it says hand wrapped in the laps of virgins. Right on the box. Women virgins, I hope. It didn't specifically say, but you to each his own, I'm hoping. So changes every time you go to put a cigar in your mouth, you start, you got this little thing in the back of your head just itches when you're like, I would have gone my whole life had someone not pointed that out to me. And I don't know whether that was my wife or Allie in Boston. Somebody pointed that out and said, the box doesn't say if they're men or women virgins. You know that, right? Damn, ruined my whole fucking cigar time. Drink more, I get on. Delon 77, how the fuck do you get back into the workforce after a short time of being self-employed? Yeah, lie. You pretend that you were doing some subcontracting work for the government. You're not allowed to talk about it. Now you like to get back in the workforce and just make up a bullshit story. That's what they do to you. Mike Kornberg, I'm upset by my birth dad wasn't there for me when I needed him most. I wish he was there in my most vulnerable moments. I think he had been there and my life would have been happier and less darker. Well, Michael, that's a given. That is a given. Your life, that's what happens when I drink. Your life would have been better had your dad been in it when you say in your more vulnerable times and formative years. Yes, that's one of the things dads do. Not all of them do it very well. I probably failed as much as I succeeded in doing that, but you are right. And you can be mad at him for not being around and you can feel sad that he wasn't there and you can realize that puts you in a weird spot today because it does. That kind of shit sticks with you forever. Now, with that being said, Michael, What happens after today is on you. Are you listening? I'm setting aside the whole fucking show, so you better be listening. What happens today is on you. You can't go wake up tomorrow morning and look at your Cheerios and go, oh my God, they're all shaped wrong. And you can't look at your alphabet and pretending that the omens are making words for you to follow and your whole day's fucked up. You can't walk outside and pick up your newspaper and have the sprinklers come on and get your slippers all wet and your newspaper all wet and go back to blaming your dad. Now, I'm not saying you are. But what I'm telling you is you clearly are dragging this shit along with you. So if you can't just get up and move on and make your own decisions and make your own life, you're an adult now, so you can counter some of that stuff. So you can logic and reason and go, all right, Dad fucked up. I wish I would. But you know what? God damn it, I'm going this way. There's nothing stopping you from walking through life with very deliberate steps tomorrow. You can carry that in a backpack with you all you want. You want to go to a therapist and unburden some of it? The answer at $300 an hour is going to be, you didn't do this. He didn't leave because of you, and it sucks, but you're going to be okay. Now get out there and do it. Now, for $300 an hour and you need 10 sessions, that's $3,000. I'll tell you what, send me $50 where I can buy a bottle of hooch and I'll just tell you that stuff. Yeah, it sucks. And you're not the only person that's ever gone through it. And some people go overboard and kill themselves, and some people put it behind them and become gazillionaires and live a perfectly happy life with a wife and kids. Most of us are somewhere in between. But you got to figure out where your way forward is. I'm not saying you're blaming him for everything. If you are, you need to fucking stop. Put that shit behind you. Put it in your backpack. You can revisit it anytime you want, but there's nothing stopping you with getting up tomorrow morning, shower, shave, pull your tie up tight, pull your bootstraps up, and get going and living your life deliberately. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. Except for the whole thing of who wears a tie with boots. That might be a little weird. But again, all right. Come on, man. You got to trade up your tie as an act of defiance and arrogance about the day. To bootstraps and to tie the laces up tight, it's another one. Okay, they don't go together completely, but maybe you're the guy who puts mustard on his ice cream. I don't know. Maybe this fits for you. I'm doing the best I can, okay? I'm just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. And everything I told you, I stole from somebody else. I plagiarized it from a movie or a song or something from the 80s. I haven't had an original thought since 1973. Michael, I did the best I can with what I got. If you're looking for some deep shit, you're gonna have to pay the $300 an hour. All I got is $3 words, and they're about worth a buffalo nickel. Those of you who don't know what a buffalo nickel is, don't ask me. Please leave the live stream. You're too young to be here. I'm not explaining myself anymore. All right. Oh, boy, I don't know where to go, to the top or the bottom here. They keep putting new stuff at the top. I thought they were going to put the old stuff, new stuff at the bottom. There's a lot in here. Wow, we should have really raised the price on this stuff, I tell you. All right, I'm going to blow through the sheets real quick. Then I got some stuff to get to, man. You cannot hold me back. I will not be silenced. David Du Bois, Facebook Blue, what are you drinking? It's a brown liquid courage, the sweet nectar of the gods. I'll tell you what I'm almost not drinking. Remember, I've been talking about green label, 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 green label. This is from a guy named Peter. He didn't give me permission to use his last name, so I shan't. But I got this. Does anybody see the quandary I'm in when I'm looking for green label old number 7 and I got this? You're trying to turn me into a Jack Daniels clone of Lionheart. That's what some of you are going to understand what this means clearly. That's what you're trying to do. I brought that in. Peter, thank you for the effort there. It's going to go not in storage. It's going to go in stock in the back so we can see it. It's going to go on display. Carl Gerard, member for 1 year, $10. Read my comment. Merry Christmas. Carl Gerard, I'm no longer reading your comments. I don't care if you give me $10 million. Not a comment shall be read. I'm just kidding. Go ahead. Read my comment. Merry Christmas. Brian's for now. $5. Please don't read my comments. Brian, I'm reading all of your comments from now on, no matter what you say and how stupid and inane it is. Inane it is. That's what happens when you drink. Facebook personal, Don Bello, 99 stars, sent. I love your content and you relate to you all so much. Don, thank you very much for the stars and the nice words. Disney Mama Sammy Joe, 1 year, $5. Hey, handsome, can we get a couple of shots while we are on our date in Vegas? You think we're going on a date in Vegas like we're going to be in some drunken, naked orgy in a big kids' swimming pool in the middle of a hotel room with Jell-O. We're going to a library. We're going to sit and read a book together, trading off chapters quietly. That's what we're doing. They don't even allow carbonated soda because the pop of the carbonation gets you kicked out of the library. We're going to have something with no carbonation in it. No. No shots, no nothing, no nakedness, no flashing lights, no booming stereo, no kiddie pool full of Jell-O. No. Sammy, get your mind out of the gutter. My God. Kel Curry, member for 10 months. I'm an extra. Brooke Sullivan. Her name is Brooke Sullivan Burke. Now, if her married last name is Burke, I don't know which. Is the name after the hyphen, is that your married name or your birth name? Because if she chose a dude named Burke, she had to really think about that. I'm going to be Brooke Burke. Now, if she was born with that, you just grow up and do what you can. In fact, you marry the first guy that comes along so you can get rid of that. But if she had to think about that, Brooke Burke, that's just, God, he's very handsome. He makes some good money. Brooke Burke. All right, I'll try it. And then off and got married she went. Now, if not, if that was her birth name, that's the one you go back to your daddy all the time. I need a new dress. Why? Because everybody makes fun of me because I'm Brooke Burke. And you just keep squeezing money out of your old man as much as you can. So, yeah, women. Again, Iceman from Bodfish. Chicks, man. Chicks. All right. Brooke Sullivan Burke, Facebook Blue. So, are we here for your family problems? We are here for your family problems. Audios. So she didn't even hear my rant. So we are here for your family problems. What fam? Oh, was she talking about my wife bitching at me? Yeah. I can't, like other people, I can't afford therapy. So I drink and I come here. I tell you all my problems. You guys tell me that I'm right and she's wrong. I'm happy. You're happy. We all move on. Brooke, that's exactly how it happens. I hope you suck around to hear that. Facebook personal, Caradine Rice. Hi, just wanted to take a minute to give you a quick shout out. We need more straightforward people like you in today's cry baby society. For yourself and that's what happens when I drink. Need more straightforward people like yourself in today's crybaby society. Thought I was one of the only ones left. Love seeing your posts. You make my day much better. Thank you for that. Well, that was Caradine Rice. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the kind words, too. There's a lot of us out there. It's not just two of us. Shh. Secret club. Secret society. How can you tell? Anybody speaking common sense. I know it's a weird gig. When you hear common sense, man, you're part of a secret club. You're not part of the norm anymore, my friends. All right. The Disney Kid member for 1 year. Happy birthday, Jim, from Cali Cat and myself. Hans Gruber made his splash this Christmas Day on our TV. Yeah, he hit the floor behind me, too. The Hans Gruber thing is right there, and he made it all the way down. He's right down there. Hans is Christmas allowed to proceed. Facebook personal Angelina Florence referring to Gen X mom getting on you for leaving while she was talking. No. If she was talking to you and you knew her back was turned, she's still talking to you. Remember, us women can multitask. Men can't. Number one, I'm letting you know that if you start talking, your back is turned, men can leave. I didn't know she was even talking to me. I didn't even hear her start talking. Again, I was out the door. Then she started talking. All right. Now, who's this? I want to go back up and get this right. Angelina Florence on Facebook, on the Facebook personal page. Angelina, you're a woman, so I forgive you for not being able to follow the story correctly. I forgive you and all women for not getting it right. Everybody give Angela a break. In fact, we should all raise a glass to Angela Florence and say, it's okay, it's okay. There, little lady, we understand. If you're not going to listen to the story, please don't comment on the story. Okay? If you're going to listen to the story, try to get it right, then you feel free to comment. But as with all women, please take a number. We'll let you know when it's your turn to speak. Oh my God! I did that. What a very sexist thing to say. It's comedy. It's supposed to be sexist. It's supposed to be racist. It's funny. It's comedy. Come on. Pull up a sit and chair down, would you? Or switch that around, and then you know what I mean. All right. Let's continue with a straight face and back to our regularly scheduled broadcast. Facebook personal April, Lady Crawford, General, you're going to be in trouble on your anniversary with Gen X Mom when it's time to renew your contract. She didn't renew last year's. Technically, she's still a free agent. Technically, so am I, if you know what I mean. Who wants 400 pounds of this? Rebecca Silvius, why would you put rolled up tobacco in your mouth? I wouldn't put it in my mouth, what I could not put in my stomach. Rebecca Silvius, why would you put a rolled up tobacco in your mouth? Rebecca says, I wouldn't put in my mouth what I could not put in my stomach. Think I might have to let that one marinate for a minute, because on the outside, I'm calm, cool, and collected. But when she says she doesn't put anything in her mouth that doesn't go in her stomach, inside I'm going, wow! Sorry about that if you're wearing headphones. Just calming myself down a little bit. I don't think I'm quite drunk enough to respond to Rebecca, because if you don't put anything in your mouth that doesn't go in your stomach, I'm just guessing there might be marital issues. Maybe not. I could be wrong on that. I love you. Don't think I don't. I do. To each his own. I just went a whole nother direction there. With what you said, I'm just using your words here. I'm not making stuff up. I'm just talking here. You're writing stuff and I'm responding. It's not my fault if I've had 17 shots and I'm a little bit down the road. But Rebecca, I'm going to leave that one there. We'll come back to you later. Scott Hart, remember, for 6 months, $5. Hi, gentlemen. Would you like a Jack Daniels themed clock or me to buy more Gen X memberships for your birthday? I would love a clock, but I would prefer whatever the value of the clock you were going to buy. Please give those to Gen X Talks memberships away to people. There's a lot of people that are scrounging that would like to see the history of Gen X Talks, and you only can be a member on YouTube, or if you're on Facebook, any of you can go and join the General's Lunchbox. It's a Facebook page. You type it in, look and find it. Picture of a lunchbox, says a General's Lunchbox. But if they're a member in here and you want to do that, if you buy them memberships, they can go see some stuff they normally wouldn't get to see. I would forego a gift so that you guys can go see that stuff. That's just me. Thank you very much for the option and for thinking of all of us, too. You're thinking of me and the members. Facebook personal, Horatio Caldera, Jack and Coke tonight. I'm almost ready to fire Dr. McDreamy. We're getting to that. But I can't have a Coke tonight. I'm not allowed to have any sugar like that. Salty Aussie, member for 6 months. What's a Buffalo nickel? Some of us didn't grow up in the U.S. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 79, 112. 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. What the heck is bothering me? It's a guy named Salty Aussie. Listen, my man, it's history. If you didn't grow up in the United States, we do hide information about the United States of America. We've cleverly hidden it inside books. You're free to read them. You're free to go look them up, and then you can come back to the program. Salty Aussie, I won't even make you sit at the little kid table, my friend. Just go look it up and come back. Facebook says Sig Nelson, Buffalo or wooden nickel. Now there, Sig, see, yeah, Sig, Buffalo or wooden. That's nickel's worth of free advice. It used to be a wooden nickel. He's right on that. There's a difference. Not much of one. Depends on what area you're in. But I get what you're saying there, my man. Nice pull. Everett Prunk, how can you preach for this is going to be good. I can already tell. Should I drink now? I think I should. Then we can get to his post. Everett Prunk, how can you preach for a generation in the USA that still doesn't understand the metric system? Ha ha, but I love you. Look it, man. Everett, I take this shit personal. Now, I'm going to speak on behalf of all Americans about this metric system of yours. I'm assuming you're from England or Europe or some crazy place across the pond. We evaluated your metric system, okay? Don't be all butthurt because we didn't take it into consideration with everything we do, all right? We like the 2-liter. We kept the 2-liter bottle. We got Cokes and Pepsis and 7-Ups, okay? We kept that, so thank you, I guess, for the metric system. We put it on cars. We put it on speedometers. We have miles per hour, and then we got a little kilometer thing up there, just in case a kilometer thing. We did that for you. See, we integrated some stuff, all right? We took it. We even named some of those bugs like centipede and millipede and shit. That's after you guys. Over here on our side, we have inchworms and things. What do you mean you don't know what an inchworm is? No, it's a real thing. There was an inchworm. You don't think that's a real thing? You think I made that? No, there was an inch. Do you not know there was a toy that was even called the inchworm, a green sit-on toy that you went up and down on the wheels? Are you kidding me? You don't know what a fucking inchworm is? All right, look. Things were going along perfectly until you started that shit. If you don't know what an inchworm is, I'm trying to make somebody feel good about the metric system. And of course, I'm relating it to centipedes and millipedes as anyone who's rational does. Duh. And then you start telling me you don't want, you ruined my mojo, man. You ruined my mojo. I tell you, I was talking about inchworms. All right, look it. I got some stuff I got to get to. So we're closing out that shit and we're coming over here. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, before we begin, here we are at 6:41 and I'm saying, now before we begin the show tonight, if you guys listen to the podcast, the one that came out late, but it was out like yesterday or the day before yesterday, listen, please quit sending me emails. There's the two most common emails I'm getting from the podcast after people listen to it is the Michael Jackson Rolls Royce story real? And are there any pictures of Gen X mom inside of it? And I'm not telling you any more than that. Yes, the story's real, and no, you can't have any pictures. There are some, you're just not getting them. But you have to listen to the podcast. But everybody listens to email. Hey, come on, man. I've been a long time supported the program. Why don't you tell me that story's real? Slide me a picture or two. Yeah, can't do that. I would never besmirch the honor of my wife by sending you out the pictures that you guys are asking for. I would never, ever do that again. It's not right so, but if you want to send me $17, we can talk about it. All right. So get to what I was talking about here. Movie. All right. Let me see what I got. I got stuff in here, man. We got stuff. Hold on. I need to pour another drink. In the decanter. It was, not filled by the Sun Valley Fox because he's a cheap ass squeaky SOB. Not him. No. This is my decanter. I'm drinking on my own. Oh, where was I here? Oh, yeah, we get to talk about this a little bit. So I saw this. This was an ad that comes across my phone, probably because my phone knows I'm fat, so this is one that comes up. And it has different things you're supposed to do at different ages for losing weight. For Christmas, intermittent fasting for Christmas, weight off. Every age group is represented from 25 to 55. Well, up until yesterday, I fit that category. However, today I am a graduate of the program and I'm 56. But what bothers me is that it's the same dude. It's the same dude in the same picture every time. And so I'm looking at this going, and I showed my wife, I said, look at this, right? Look at this thing right here. You age and you follow these charts and then you're going to look like that guy. And she was staring just a little bit too long. And she said, well, you should try it. I was very offended. I was very upset. Hurt my feelings. No, to the core. I'm a very sensitive man. Anyway, so I went to Dr. McDreamy. I said, look, man, apparently I need to look like this guy. So can you help me look like this guy? Is this part of your program? Can we get on the program? And I thought he would go and discuss it with his wife, Marcy Zavala, because their teamwork has been flawless with everybody who's joined their program. It's been great. It's worked. A little bit for me, too. I got to admit, a little bit for me. But when I asked him about this, he just made fun of it. He said I was never going to look like that guy. He said the closest I was ever going to get to that guy was the Santa hat. Well, I fired him. The hell with him. So Dr. McDreamy was fired for at least 24 hours. I refuse to answer his emails for at least a day. I can't be beholden to a man who will not let me get my end result looking like that. I'm trying to save my marriage here, Dr. McDreamy. I'm trying to save my marriage. And you know what? You're not even trying to. I don't talk about it anymore. All right, so this one came across my phone too. If you or your children have freckles, then your skin is trying to sound the alarm. Now, I didn't read what the alarm said because I knew. Now, maybe younger generations have to read the alarm. They have to, well, what is this? What is your skin telling you? It's telling you, if you got freckles, your skin is trying to tell you, toughen up, buttercup, because come third grade, you're going to get the shit kicked out of you for having freckles. Just letting you guys know. Got to be tougher about that. Here is another one. Chaos and fury erupt in New York City as officials lose faith in the mayor. over the migrant crisis. I know. Everything's fine in the borders, no problem, as long as you guys stay away from my city, Chicago, Sacramento, San Francisco, and New York. All of a sudden, they don't like migrants when they're flooding their city, when they're landing in airplanes, when they're getting bused there. And I love that there's chaos. I'm loving that liberal Democrats are finally turning and going, whoa, 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 wait a second. You're going to do this shit in my backyard? Okay, hold on. I might have an opinion now. I love the chaos because it means that people are actually thinking and it's working. Yeah. Here's another invention that came across my phone. Game-changing artificial intelligence could soon come to a grocery store near you. Now, when I first looked this up, I thought it was going to be an article about what the shopping cart would say. Go down this aisle. No, don't go down that aisle. Oh, you need more of this. You don't need more of that. I mean, if I was going to develop an artificial intelligence in a shopping cart, I would have expensive suggestions. When a woman picks something up, my shopping cart would say, ooh, you deserve that. Would that make sense? I mean, if you're in advertising, right? That's the way to go. So what I found out was at this level of AI, which is still rudimentary, still beginning, it calculates what you've put in there. It weighs your fruits and vegetables if you buy them by the pound, and then it gives you a running total as you go along. My wife is going to hate that, especially when I'm with her, because if I say, look, I think you got like $600 of shit in this basket. No, I don't. I've been using the calculator in my head. I've got like $185. Let's keep shopping. Well, not anymore. I will go with her. I will find these exact carts. I will turn them on and say, go, man, go. Little loudspeaker. You've overreached your limit. We'll set a limit on there. When you get to so much money, turn your cart around and go the fuck home. I love this idea. My wife is going to hate it, but I love the idea of an artificial intelligence shopping cart letting you know one way or another when you've reached your shopping limit. I wish there was a button it would call me. I wish it would, the artificial intelligence, one more item and I'm calling your husband. Oh, man. I'd invest in that company. Hey, so don't forget in Discord, they're watching the movie Diner. Yeah, it's you guys need to watch that. It's from 1982. It's got some people in it like Kevin Bacon, Mickey Rourke. It's got people in. I can't remember all the people. They're all famous now. They weren't so famous back then. It's kind of a cleverly put together movie, but it's on Discord. It's free. Discord is free. Gen X Talks has a Discord server. Just a bunch of chat rooms. Remember the old school way, the old school chat rooms that we used to have? It's just one of those, where you go in and talk about stuff with like-minded people, and then on Mondays, they watch a movie. They watched The Polar Express yesterday. They're going to watch Diner next Monday. You get a link and you check it out. You can go. It's for free. Just hang out with people like you. It's a good thing. But I have a story on Mickey Rourke. I was going to show it, then I wasn't going to show it, but I'm going to do it. For those of you who watch the movie Diner and you don't recognize Mickey Rourke, you're going to watch the whole movie and go, I didn't see Mickey Rourke in that movie. Where was Mickey Rourke in that movie? Well, because you all know him from his Iron Man days. That's what he looked like on the left back in the movie Diner. That's what he looks like when he starred in Iron Man. Remember that? He was a bad guy, Whiplash, with the whoosh, the big purple whips. Yeah. So you might not, everybody else looks the same. Kevin Bacon looks the same. Mickey Rourke, not so much. I'm just letting you guys know. Don't call me a liar. I don't want to get a phone call. You said Mickey Rourke was in that movie. No fucking way he was. Yes, he was. He just looks different. All right, grow up. Just leave me the fuck alone for a minute. All right. Untitled folder. Open the folder. See what's in the folder. Yeah, we did the podcast. This is what you're looking for. It's up on the website. It's up on all the platforms. It's in the comment section. It's everywhere. Just go look it up. They can link you to the podcast. Don't go listen to the podcast right now. Listen to it later. But if you like it, share it with your friends because we're trying to build a base around that. We're trying to get some numbers up there, right? Okay. So let's go through some things that are going to happen between January 1st and April 1st here in California. This will make you happy you don't live here. You're right. I'm bolstering your position. I'm going to make you feel good about your choice to move to Florida, where you can't stand the alligators, you can't stand the humidity, but you're still pretending to everyone that you love it and it was the greatest decision of your life and how you wish you could go home, but now you can't afford it. This will make you feel better about your choice. All right. California law, concealed carry weapons law. The article reads, this is a new law that's going into effect, and it says the already strong California conceal and carry rules, they're going to be strengthened. And then they go through this whole big list of shit. In other words, what's happening, let me translate. Let me Gen X translate. This Generation X translating the new concealed carry law. We're going to make it harder for you to have a gun. We're going to make it harder for you to conceal and carry one. And if for any reason at all we don't like you, we're going to take away your permit and your gun that you already have. All right, we covered that? Good, moving on. Bum, 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 bum. Where are we here? Dum, dum. This one was weird. There's a whole new law that got passed on child sex trafficking. And the whole thing, I read the law and I read the articles that went along with it, and they were all saying this is new rules and new punishments, and they're going to be stricter punishments than before for if you get caught child sex trafficking. My first thought was there's what's the punishment now? It should be fucking death or castration or something. Well, how could you go further? You mean we don't have the laws on the books about child sex trafficking aren't already at the maximum don't fucking do this limit? You actually put it so low there was room to go higher with more of a punishment? You dumb shits. And if you look, even the bottom, it's part of the 3 strikes laws. What the fuck, man? There's no 3 strikes when it comes to children, man. You fuck up like that, you're done. California can have 3 strike law, convicted felon, go away forever. They should have a few exceptions. Child sex trafficking should be one in there going, oh, except for this one, this is your fucking out. You didn't get hit by the pitch. You ain't going to first. Child sex, you're fucking done. But no. In California, we have to weave everything into consideration because how was their upbringing? Is this their fault? Did they really? We have to give them 3 chances to rehabilitate, and we'll get some punishments, stronger punishments as we go. You're out of your fucking mind. This is what happens when you're a liberal. This is what happens when you're a Democrat. This is what happens when liberal Democrats run a great state like California into the ground and on the policy side. That's fucking stupid. But hey, what do I know? Maybe I'm wrong. I'm just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. Nobody probably agrees with me anyway. All right, moving on. This one's really going to make you mad. Have you thought this one's going to be equally mad? In California, we have what's called an Amber Alert system. When a child goes missing or someone gets kidnapped, it goes up on all the freeways in yellow letters. Here's who's missing. Here's what we're looking for. It goes out on TV, on radio. Amber Alert, help us catch the predator. Help us catch this, recover this child. No longer. Now we also have Ebony Alerts, which is just for black kids. Let that sink in for a minute before we begin to talk about it. Well, I begin to rant and you begin to listen anyway. California, first state to create an alert notification system for missing black children and black women. So no longer do you have an Amber Alert because all kids are important. All kids are created equal. All kids are in need. No. Now we have an Amber Alert for kind of everybody, but we have something special. We're going to have an Ebony Alert because black children are special, and we want the attention raised to them above all else. Did anybody say this was some sort of an Asian alert? No? Or an Indian alert? Indian, India dot on your head, the over there in India, or the Indians like Plains Indians right here. And he said any special treatment for them? No. There's nothing out there, not even a white one. Can we have a white alert for white kids? We should have a white alert for white kids, right? How stupid is this thing to even be needed? They put black kids and white kids and brown kids and any color kids, they put them all on an Amber Alert. Who cares? It's important. You see an Amber Alert, you go look. I predict what's going to happen is there's going to be a lot of people that are so pissed off that they did this, that they're going to kind of look the other way and go, you fucked up. You shouldn't have done that. There's children that are going to be in trouble, and there's going to be people that kind of ignore it because of the political policy of this, you fuck ups. You're dividing us again. You're dividing us further, and you're doing it on purpose, and then you're going to complain when we react, you dumbasses. Fucking dumb shits. Okay, so There was one that was a good thing. There was one good thing that I noticed that came out of that. I saved it for last. Cruising. Remember cruise nights? They've done that since the 50s. They from what I heard, my brother-in-law, the Sun Valley Fox, who you guys all know is a great supporter of the program with $0 and zero emissions. He's the next hybrid vehicle of a fan for Gen X Talks. But he was telling me that they used to do cruising with covered wagons back in the day. It was a little bit messier, horse poop everywhere. But, you can imagine Van Nuys Boulevard down there in Southern California, San Fernando Valley, and covered wagons just making the rounds up and down, cruising with the covered wagons. You used to make fun of them. Like when you're trying to cruise and you got a muscle car and a dude pulls up in a Pinto and you make fun of him. Sun Valley Fox says that's what they used to do to Amish people when they pull up in their black buggies and wagons. No. You can't participate. Get the fuck on. Same thing back then. I'm not saying it was correct. I'm saying it was peer pressure. I'm saying it was not good behavior, but just to let you guys know that it's been happening for a century. But about 10 years ago, California said no cruising, no, because it blocks traffic. The argument was it only blocks traffic on Friday and Saturday nights. Nobody's blocking traffic on the middle of a Wednesday. And people that you're blocking traffic, just set up a taco stand. Set up a hamburger and hot dog stand out there. You make $1 million. And all the other businesses are closed, so who cares? Well, it's for the neighborhoods. They're not doing it in residential neighborhoods, Jackaloon. They're doing it out there on a boulevard, on a busy big street where you can see everybody. They finally lifted it. They're bringing it back. They were doing it anyway, but now you can't get in trouble for it. You know what the rule was in California? If I remember this right, the cops would have to sit on the side of the road and they would count. The rule was you could give someone a ticket for cruising if a cop saw your car go backward and forward in front of this fixed position 4 times within the hour. Or more than 4, at least 4 times, something dumb like that. They actually had cops out there counting how many cars went by and which ones went by. Can you imagine a big old fat cop eating a donut who'd have trouble counting anyway? Wait, was there a red Camaro? Was that you saw the yellow Firebird? Wait, did you say that was 2 on the? Okay, so 3 on the blue Torino. That wasn't a Torino? What was that? Oh, it was an AMC Javelin. Well, I didn't know the difference. So it was the blue car, the green car. Now, the green car, I think those were all Chryslers, weren't they? Which is why it became very ineffective. Because it's hard for cops to know what the fuck's going on. They had an excuse to sit on the side of the road and eat donuts and point and laugh at everybody. Let them do it. So now it's legal. No more cops. Everybody can go home. All right. Let me go back between the sheets. There's stuff going on between the sheets. Scott Royce, remember for 1 year, I have no empathy for today's kids whatsoever. I don't care what happens to them. They're brats. Whoa, Scott. Scott, you got to adjust your medication, my man. Scott Royston, I have no empathy for today's kids whatsoever. I don't care what happens to them. They're brats. So a 4-year-old little girl can get stolen and kidnapped and sold off to a cartel someplace to be a sex slave over in Saudi Arabia or something, and you don't care because she was a brat? Scott, you owe the whole world an apology on that one, buddy. You have to care about children. I know we're getting mad about the amber thing, the ebony thing, the white thing, the brown thing. I got it. Doesn't matter. We're arguing about politics. We're arguing about policy. We are all in agreement with no argument that kids need to be protected. Scott, you owe the whole world an apology on that one. The shoeless one, remember for 1 year, $2. It's getting hard to find Green Label. Yeah, that's the thing is that I don't know if they're going to keep making it. Now, I got Green Label Apple from Peter. I've never had it before. Probably won't even try it because it's Apple. But the idea is I've got one now. I own one. It's going on the shelf. I've got it. Keep my kids out of it. We'll be okay. Keep my daughters out of it. We'll be even better. Mrs. Fort Watton gifted 5 Gen X Talks memberships. Grateful Ed, the Great Curator, Q Smith, Dr. Jekyll, and Daniel Curry. The Great Curator. That's a fucking cool. Man, wouldn't that be cool if the Great Curator was some dude who was actually a curator in a museum and said, drive over here and I'll show you the museum. Show you some stuff. I'd drive there. I don't care if he's in Maine, I'd go. Brother Bruins, El Baño de California es ocupado. So the bathroom of California is occupied. Is that what it says? Happy New Year's. Brother Bruins, man, you can't do that to me. I don't know what you know what? If I drink more, hold on. We'll get to the bottom of this. Hang on. Do you hear the glass clanking? I hear the glass clanking. All right, if I drink more, maybe I'll know more. Isn't that the way that goes? Get to the truth at the bottom of the glass. We are the bottom of the glass nation, are we not? I will seek the truth, and so shall you. Facebook personal, Timothy Mnemonic. If we don't listen to one another's grievances, we can't solve. That was an excellent point. Absolutely. Wide problems. We can't solve worldwide problems. I see. They wrote it on the other thing. I knew what you meant. I got there from here, but you did say we can't solve worldwide problems. Ian Franklin, my wife and I have a debate, and I respect whatever answer you give. Which is better, Die Hard or Lethal Weapon? No, not going down that road. No, I'm a fan of both. I would argue and fight for both. I would have to get into a punching match with you. Lethal weapon, lethal weapon, lethal weapon. Then I'd have to switch jerseys and go, Die Hard, Die Hard. I'm sorry. Schizophrenia or just great opinions? You decide. All right. Brian Ivany, member for 1 year, $10. How many times do women tell you off for asking what they said because they were talking to themselves? If the wife isn't looking at me, I can assume she isn't talking to me. Well said, Brian Ivany. Oh, you get told off for not listening. You get told off for listening when you weren't supposed to. Mr. Fatty, the wife update. She is having next to last chemo treatment Thursday. Keep up the good job. Thank you, Mr. Fatty, for updating us. We're hoping for the best. There are a lot of survivors. She'll be one too. Facebook personal, Timothy Mnemonic. This is the problem with people who surround yourself with like-minded people. This is the problem with you want to surround yourself with like-minded people, but you want to have a wide, varied difference of opinion. You do. You have to be able to stand up for your own values and your own morals. And if you're good at it, you'll be able to convince others you're right, not just push them away. My way is the highway. No, that's not right. Loud one, $17 for the Gen X mom pics. You said send $17. I told you, Loud one, I will never whore my wife's pictures out for $17 again. Michelle M, 1999, I'm broke. I unplugged myself and plugged back in. No go. Traded scrubs for my ass hanging out the hospital gown. Diverticulitis flare past the, did you write that wrong or can I not read? Past the, as they say in the 16th century. Scott Harmon, $17. Let's talk, General. Boy, getting a lot of $17 things in here. So we talked about Michael Jackson's car. Laura gifted 5 Gen X Talks memberships to Kyler Cronin, Old Man Knuckle, Iron Wrench 454, and Zero. Mike Schlesser. Oh, and Mike Schlesser. Loud one, $5. Chomos don't live long once they go to prison. Yeah, they don't. Scott Harmon gifted 20 memberships. Good Lord, here we go. Chuck's SHC, Patty Pignalti, Todd Wells, Steps, Lo-Fi in Paradise, D. Shearer, Andrew McClack, Todd Powers, Admiral Potato. Admiral Potato. I didn't know we allowed 12-year-olds on the stream, but the more the merrier. Terry Reitz, Michael Smith, Steve S., Johnny G., Scott, Jax, Crazy King, Cameron Taylor, Chris Larson, Joe Yap. Dude's name is Joe Yap. Susan the Swedish Yarny Hooker. Wait, Susan the Swedish and Yarny Hooker? Or Susan the Swedish Yarny Hooker? I think I need to have a conversation with, Suzanne the Swedish Yarny Hooker. What's a Yarny Hooker? Is that like something they wrote in the Bronx? Is that a Bronx Tale thing? Shoeless One, member for 1 year, $2. It goes along with IBM's 10 Commandments. Well, there we go. Facebook personal, April Lady Crawford. I have Ebony. Whoa. They're fucking up the whole screen's moving. All right, moving on. They had their chance. They fucked with my screen while I was reading it. Let's go back to finish up. Come on, man. There was some cool stuff I was saying. You guys fucked it up with all your shit. Non-compete clause. Don't talk about that. This one was weird. California law, reproductive loss leave. Now, I read it, and it talked about, if you have a miscarriage and you need some time off, then you need to grieve and figure that out. All right, I wasn't opposed to that. There was other things, stillborn. They listed all this stuff that seemed to me was pretty important. But then they got off on some odd things like, well, one of them was if you tried in vitro fertilization, in vitro, you tried that and it didn't work, That's considered reproductive loss. It's like, well, so you try, frozen sperm, injection of sperm, and you wait like, what is it, 3 weeks, and then the doctor tests you and you did not become pregnant through in vitro yet. That's reproductive loss? Yes. And long-term version of this is if you try for like a year and you guys can't have a baby, that is reproductive loss. Now, speaking just for me and some people from Tennessee, is the thing I'd like to tell you right now. I'm going to let you know that as I read this law and I went through the details of what I could find on it, pretty much any sort of sorrow that is associated with attempted pregnation that didn't come to fruition, didn't result in a baby, that's reproductive loss. So I could have been taking time off all these years for all the times I tried to get my wife pregnant and it just didn't work. I can go in on a Monday and go, man, I tried to get her pregnant all weekend. All weekend. I tried and I tried. It didn't work and I'm feeling pretty shitty about it. I'm going to take this week off paid, please. And I'll be back next weekend to see if I could do better. According to the rules, man, look, I'm just playing by your rules. You wrote this shit, not me. I would never come up with something with these broad strokes you're putting in there. But if every attempted pregnancy is a loss and you're suffering from it and you're sad about it, I could think of many times I had sex and I was sad directly after. Mostly it was because of the comments that I received, but that's neither here nor there. We'll shuffle that under didn't get pregnant and I'm sad. I need some paid time off work. We'll try again next weekend. Am I off the reservation yet? Did we get canceled? All right. There's another good one. This one's quick. Low-income housing for church parking lots. Nonprofits also. But if you have a church parking lot, you can now rent those out as temporary homeless shelters. You can charge rent as low income. Now, what does that mean? The way I read that is there's churches and there's Walmarts and there's other places where all these RVs and homeless encampments are. They can now charge low-income rent. Yeah, they've made it where if you're, up until today, if you were hanging out in a church parking lot with a tent, they couldn't get rid of you because you're homeless. They couldn't make you leave. They couldn't call the cops on you. But now they can charge you rent. I'm sure there was some well-meaning asshole that tried to figure this shit out and said, you now can legally have all the homeless people you want living in your parking lot. It says in the law, included are church parking lots. I think they're going to find the meanest dude in the congregation, go charge those motherfuckers rent. They've been here for 2 years. They're getting in the way. They smell funny. Go charge them some fucking rent. The law says we can't now. They're going to walk out and charge them rent and say, law's passed, brother. You got to start paying your bills. You don't like it? Go talk to Gavin Newsom. Oh, do I think that's something that's going to backfire on them? Yes, I do. All right. I don't know which is better, the low-income parking lot one or the reproductive loss, because I feel pretty sad. That'll just piss the people off. I ain't saying that one there. Oh, you guys remember Low Torque? You guys remember Low Torque from staff here? You guys remember a long time ago we put out sauces. We had sauces and spices we tried with our staff members' names on it. Didn't work out, so now we've gone to sodas. Low Torque's got his own soda coming out. This is a Gen X special soda, 12-ounce can, and it's the Low Torque special. We're going to have a 6-pack that'll be $39.99, but it's a collector's edition. You guys will like it. Never forget Low Torque. That's what I always say. You can't ever forget a man like Low Torque. So we're going to start with his soda cans. My soda can's coming next. I don't know what it's called. And of course, when you pop his open, it's green, smelly water that comes out of it. Okay. There's a couple things. There's a couple more things I got to tell you. Don't hang up. I'm almost done. Don't hang up. These were, there was a bunch of these, but I just picked a couple. These were advertisements in the UK. These are ads. These like posters, billboards up and they were ads, and I don't understand them. So I think either they were trying to really manipulate the United Kingdom over there in Europe, or they already knew you guys were super gullible. Okay, these two blew my. First one was funny. Second one blew my. The real ads. These are not made up. No. These are not wacky packs. You guys remember Wacky Packs? No, not Wacky Packs. These are real stuff here. All right, where were we? Let me scroll down. Okay. This one was a billboard ad for Burger King. All it said was Burger King on the ad. And this was in Germany. This was the billboard, and it said Burger King. Now, I'm not sure what's going on here, but I'm pretty sure if I saw this advertisement, I wouldn't lift up my shirt and look down and go, Jesus Christ, got to get me some Burger King. Let me get a double zero Whopper over there. I don't know why they would spend the money in Germany to do this, but apparently over there in Germany, you guys thought this was cool. So you did. It's not even a 6-pack. That dude's got fucking like an 8-pack or that weird bulge on the bottom looks funny to me. I don't want to look like that. Never mind. Fuck Burger King. I'm not doing it. I'm going back to the round shape of McDonald's. Why? Because I fired Dr. McDreamy for 24 hours. So we're good to go. So this is, let's see. Let's see if I can find the right one here. Okay, not that one, this one. All right. So this was an ad for Jacob's Coffee. And the ad at the top said, a little paragraph of the man. He's got a suitcase. This is a real ad. And he was like, said, tell your mother I'll be down the street drinking Jacob's coffee. I thought, well, that's stupid. Why is he moving out? Why is he leaving to get a cup of coffee? But then I read the bottom part. You see it on your screen right there. I read this. You know what it says? If there's no Jacob's, it's not worth sticking around. If there's no Jacob's coffee, it's not worth sticking around. Now, go back to this one. He's telling his daughter, I'm packing my shit and I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm not sticking around. Not for you, not for your mother. I'd stick around if there was some Jacob's coffee. Remember, the title of the thing said, tell your mother I'll be down the street having some Jacob's coffee with Mrs. Sanchez because she's got Jacob's coffee and your mother doesn't, or whatever it said. That was a real ad. That was a real ad where he's hugging his daughter and he goes, hey, your mom doesn't stock Jacob's. I'm out. Daddy, would you stay for me? Fuck no. I'm staying for the coffee. I'm not kidding you. That was a real thing. That was a real story. All right. I'm a real cop. This is a real gun, and you're really under arrest. All right. Let me go back over here between the sheets again to my left, your right. Facebook personal, April Lady Crawford. I have biracial children, and an Ebony Alert is stupid. All colors of children are important. Yes, they are trying to cause a division in the nation, like we're not already divided enough. Yep. And don't get me started on the flood of people coming across the border. Well, I'm going to try not to, because then you and we'd be here all night. Curtis Manwaring. If I send you a KC Chiefs hat, would you wear it? Yeah, Chiefs hat I would wear. I would. Someone sent me a Raiders hat. It's brand new. I've got it here. I didn't burn it, didn't destroy it. I still have it. Respect there. But I put it close to my head, and the Raiders hat actually started to burn my scalp. Yeah, 3rd-degree burns just for getting it 2 or 3 inches close. It was ended up in the hospital for a while. But a Chiefs hat, absolutely I would. David Hemphill, cheers to 2024 and the end of this godforsaken year. Taking a CCL class in January, seeing Jordan Peterson in February, and seeing Pink Floyd in March. That guy's got his priorities straight. Getting a gun, seeing Jordan Peterson and Pink Floyd. Good stuff. Justin Den, Facebook Blue, 1,000 stars sent. I'm getting Taco Bell tonight. Why can I get Taco Bell? Because I fired Dr. Madrini for 24 hours. Leslie Vance, 100 stars. Justin Den, 700 stars. Boy, you guys are going to get me. I'm going to Denny's. I got enough money. I'm going to Denny's. And they have a senior special. Guess who qualifies for that as of yesterday? Loud one, $5. Does low torque soda come with a guitar pick? Oh, that's a leave behind story. I'm not talking about that. That was, again, Loud One's talking about how Low Torque comes over to my house and he leaves something behind. So he come knock on the door and go, I'm sorry, talking to my wife. I left something here on accident. Like she doesn't know what a leave behind is. Christopher on PayPal gave $3. Thank you for Christopher. Done with the sheets. Listen, I got to go, you guys. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a quick hour. We did an hour and 15 minutes. I had more stuff in here, but I'm getting the word from the powers that be that I've already talked too long. I'm still drinking. I got a little bit in the bottom of the glass. There's a little bit in there. We'll do one more drink. Thank you guys for coming in. Thank you guys for showing up. Really appreciate you guys. I'm sorry, Josh Maddox, that Rumble didn't work out. I don't know why it didn't go. We'll have to beat the shit out of the kid again. And when he wakes up from his coma 3 weeks from now, you can ask him. All right. One more drink for you guys. Circle the wagons, raise way too much alcohol. You got to slow it down. Raising the glass. Circle the wagons. Raise whatever glass you've got. For those of you suffering from a hangover, that's going to sound just about right. That's all I got left, but that's all I had to begin with. Not much. Never enough. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for joining us. If you had an hour and 15 minutes of your evening to waste, I'm really glad you chose it to waste it here with Gen X Talks. Wherever you are around the world, remember two things. Wherever you go, there you are. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side.